Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Bradley Bombs is dropping.
What it is. Back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, I got a real treat for you. It's old Charlie Chena. What's happening, Charlie? Folks, if you don't know who Charlie Chena is, man, he's a best-selling author of a book called Expose and Close. Right?
That's it.
And hold on. Oh, yeah, Expose and Close. The marketing summit coming up. When's that coming up?
That is coming up February 15th and 16th.
Dude, that means we better, Jeff Celentano, if you're listening out there in the control room, that means we better drop this because you can't drop it past then. Otherwise, no one will get the advantage to come out and get those tickets.
Absolutely.
What do they do there, Charlie?
Well, we're going to teach people how to present in position so they profit. So I've been here for 34 years in Las Vegas, and my wife looked at me.
So you moved here when you were 40?
No, I moved here when I was 16. Listen,
see, folks,
I'm trying
me
to
and Charlie
I'm trying to be polite
along.
to my buddy Brad. He's
Hey.
trying to egg me on right now for the other Charlie to come out, and I'm not going to do it, bro. I'm not going to do it. This is your show.
Folks, as you know, me and Charlie know each other because Charlie's been around Lightspeed for like the last 7-8 years, building the business, working some deals, making some shit happen, met a lot of people, learned a lot of shit, wrote a book, started a consulting company, big speaking career. Now, I'm like, finally, he's walking around our hallways all the time. Why don't you come on Dropping Bombs and share some of that sales knowledge? Because you've been having sales experience since you were fucking what, 10?
9, 10 years old, yeah.
What were you selling then?
Everything.
Where? Buffalo, New York?
Buffalo, New York.
Were you a Sabre fan?
Sabre fan. Yeah, actually, I was having some flashbacks last night when I was at the Golden Knights game.
Are you a Bills fan?
I am not.
Okay, so there you were, 9, 10 years old, out in Buffalo, New York. Obviously, it's cold. You're running around probably doing something productive, like a newspaper route or something.
Shoveling driveways, raking leaves, delivering papers. Absolutely.
Always been hustling?
Always been hustling.
Here's what I want to know, because let's tell them about how me and you ran back into each other. So you got like a construction company booming in Vegas.
Yeah, like 1999, I started repping a concrete company that did sound control flooring for high-rise towers here. And the guy that I was consulting for at the time put the screws to me, made some promises as far as, what he was going to pay me in commissions. I started delivering my side and chose not to pay me. So I said, you could pay me and I'll go away, or B, you're going to have a competitor. So he chose not to pay me. Option B was he had a competitor. So, I got into the construction business, was doing a lot of high-rise
Was that the
tower work.
boom? Was that the boom?
Oh, yeah.
The
That's
Vegas boom?
That's when Turnberry Towers, Turnberry Towers East, West, Allure, Panorama, all the towers started coming up. And I was doing all the sound control flooring in the towers. And then I started doing, shades and draperies and motorized shades and marble countertops, and literally was going into units and working with a lot of different contractors, and we were turnkeying them. It was unbelievable.
Turnkeying them.
Turnkeying them.
What's that mean?
Went as far as not only
you were just turnkeying them.
Yeah, putting the floors in the audio-visual systems.
And what were you getting? $6,000 a clip?
Oh, no, it was
60 a clip?
5 figures and 6 figures were
a clip
were the contracts, yeah.
So then you were just getting a clip after clip after clip.
Yeah, and people were happy to pay it because we delivered.
Yeah. Hey, and plus you got ties to the mob museum, that whole story. Dude, we're gonna get into your stories, but here's my question: How do you wanna do the old podcast? You want to do it to where, like, by darn it, we took it seriously and went like, talked about everything, or shoot the shit like old chums?
I think we should do it like old chums with a little salt and maybe a little bit of pepper. I think we should have a controlled environment.
Okay. All righty.
But listen, it's your show. I'm just listen. I'm just giving you a suggestion.
You can say that again.
No. That was a bomb. I'm a guest, bro. I just want to be.
But let's take it seriously for just a moment, at least before we have fun.
You start busting my balls.
No, because I want them to know about your book. Because if I start busting your balls, then we go on a tangent. Now we're talking about.
I just want to make sure that I bust back.
Oh, you do bust back.
Yeah.
But come on, dude.
Come on, dude. Let's keep.
You can't bring a knife to a gunfight here.
I know, but I'd rather.
So hold tight, folks.
I'd rather just hug it out.
Hold tight, folks. We'll see what ensues. But the reason why we're joking is because, Charlie's been around the block a million times. So have I. He knows shit. He's a savvy individual. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Indeed. Because
always learning, though, baby. Always learning.
For the past 30 years, you've basically worked in high-level sales environments.
Correct.
High-level ones.
High level.
So you've done quite a bit of shit, dude, here and there, all over. I know that just from knowing you.
Well, dude, that's how you pulled me in. You wouldn't when I came in here. I came in because you're a contractor.
No, but I want to make sure that I talk about what you have going on, and it's Expose and Close, which is the book.
Right.
Go get it, exposeandclose.com. Expose and Close. He speaks in closure school. Sometimes, goes out around stages. Get up on the mic like it's a dick. Now, why would you draw closer?
Oh, dude.
Why would you draw closer?
You said get up on it.
Pull a little closer.
Is that better?
There you go.
All right, here we go.
So all kidding aside, the book you wrote,
yeah,
it teaches people how to freaking find opportunities, close opportunities, introduce themselves, network properly. The book can literally, if you implement what's in it, I'd say double your sales, if not triple.
No question.
Again, that's me saying it. I've never read it. I'm just making an assumption.
See how honest he is?
Knowing you.
I gave him one of the first copies, too.
I know, but knowing you, I know, like, if anybody can go into a conference and find the best contacts and introduce them and find out everything about them faster than Charlie, I'll give you a freaking $1,000.
Well, that's the key, man. I mean, I think, the space that we're in and having dealt with now the top speakers, trainers, and subject matter experts for the past 8 years, if they're not clients, we both know them, we have their numbers, we interact with them, we collaborate with them in different ways and forms. But I think in sales training where people are missing it is there was a void for the people that aren't sales professionals. The guy out there that owns a business, the person that gets their first retail sales job or their first job cold calling. And I think the miss is they don't know the art of the introduction. They don't know how to say hello and properly engage people in a power presentation on what they do.
So let's break that down.
All right.
We enter a party.
Yeah.
We feel a little bit, awkward. We look left. There's a bunch of people chit-chatting. We paranoidly, or not, believe that everybody's looking at me like I got a booger in my nose. We look to the right. There seems to be a bunch of people sneering like, who's that and why is he here? And you kind of have this like overwhelming like fear that frickin' you're not even supposed to be in that room. How do I proceed from there?
Well, I mean, the first thing is confidence and certainty before you even walk in the room.
Confidence and certainty.
Correct.
Before you can even walk in the room.
Right. So you have to have the confidence and certainty that what you have to offer the world matters, is going to make a difference.
Now, what do you think the key was? What you just said, the key word.
Well, confidence and certainty are married.
Before. The key word being before. You need the confidence before you walk into the room.
Correct.
Which means don't even walk into the room, Junior, until you're ready to walk into that room. Now, do you train somebody on how to be confident and expose and close?
Yes. It is. Here's the deal.
What chapter?
From the beginning. Hey,
good answer.
What's your name?
See, Charlie is a consummate sales guy, folks. If you don't know what a sales guy is, you look at Charlie, you think he's a sales guy. Nope. Charlie's a closer. He's an old smooth closer from way back.
You've heard the expression, you had me at?
Hello.
Well, that's the key right there. So, how do you present yourself at the first point of contact? right? How do you present yourself in a way at the first point of contact where you're unforgettable or you're different? How do you position yourself where people go, nope, that's the guy. He's the logical choice for me to do business with.
I'll bet you anything. If you went and got like red roses, and when you approached anybody, you just walked up and said, "Excuse me, am I unforgettable?"
Oh, that's what you
and then
are.
you'd hand the rose to them slowly, like you're in slow motion, but you're not. No one would ever forget you. Is that what you would suggest?
No, that is not what I would suggest. Although, there's an ass for every seat, as they say. I'm certain.
True.
Certainly, that could be a close.
But again, I mean, when someone says, "What do I hope will happen?" and the answer is for them to never forget me, walk up, take out your willy, and spank her. Okay, you'll never be forgotten.
No, here's what you want to do. Robert Cialdini wrote a book called Persuasion.
You know he did.
Persuasion, pre-frame, however you choose to title it. How do you, in 10 seconds or less, tell somebody who you are, what you do, and what problem you're going to help them solve? That's key. That will help you prospect the right clientele. It will also allow you to take prospects from suspects and sort, sift, and separate prospects from suspects. So what I mean, if I met you at this party,
dude, I like the word tracks you've discovered.
I went, well, hey man,
sort, sift, and sap. What was it?
Separate. Been around and had a lot of good mentors.
Well, but not only that, dude. How many? You could hold a class on sort, sifting, and separating, couldn't you?
No question. And again, we're all disciples of sales, just like we talked in your office before we got here. Somebody's been here before us, right? We're just taking the content that we're learning, the knowledge that we're learning, and then we're putting it through our personality and to achieve our objective. So I've learned from the best of them. Being here, I've learned from a lot of people. I mean, the first month that I was here at Lightspeed, Tom Hopkins walked down the hallway. I remember in the 80s, 90s, training with Tom Hopkins. So everybody, first of all, should have a mentor or mentors. But the art...
Now, by the way, let's define a mentor.
Well, for me, a mentor is somebody that's been there and done it, that I have a respect for their accomplishments, and there's social proof there that they've done it. I think because of the business that we're in and a lot of the people we're around, there's a lot of mentors or gurus out there that have no business on mentoring, because although their intentions are good, they haven't done it. They're in the process of doing it, which is awesome, but you shouldn't, in my opinion, be operating on somebody when you've never been to medical school or operated before. So what I'm trying to say is, for me, a mentor is somebody that has been there and that has done it, that you relate to. And a mentor does not have to be, a Grant Cardone or a Tony Robbins. I mean, I've mentored under people growing up in my life, that were mailmen. My grandfather was a mailman. My grandfather taught me.
Did you mentor under him?
Well, he was a mentor.
Yeah.
I mean, the conversations. My grandfather drove me.
Didn't that make you a mentee?
Yeah, absolutely. He drove me cross country.
Aren't all grandpa-grandson relationships mentor-mentee?
Not necessarily.
Only if the grandpa knows something?
Well, I think it's if he knows something, and again, that relationship, that mutual respect has to be there. So, I mean, there's some people within my family that I would, have great relationships with, but I wouldn't consider them.
You wouldn't take their
to be
advice?
Mentors. No, I love them.
So to be a mentor, you would have to just be able to seek someone's counsel.
Yeah, seek someone's counsel that you believe is going to make a difference in your life.
So like when people DM you and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Are you mentoring them when you answer?
Well, it depends on the depth of the question and the answer, but I would say yes in most cases, yes. I mean,
damn, dude, this is complicated, this mentoring formula.
It can be. I mean, my most important mentees...
We can't even pinpoint what it is. It keeps escaping us. It keeps eluding us.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm trying to put a tack in it.
All right, let's put a tack in it.
So what is mentoring? When you seek counsel from somebody that you value their advice?
I think mentoring from the mentee side.
You can't. Are you mentoring from the mentee side?
No. But what I'm trying to impress upon everybody is if you're looking for a mentor, you have to make a decision that you know, like, and respect that individual, and you're going to be coachable, and most importantly, be ready to implement what they're giving you.
What if you get a sucky one?
Well, that's a problem. I mean, if you get a
How do you fix that?
You need to go find another mentor.
Well, I would say we don't try and fix it, Charlie. I'd say we try to avoid it altogether.
No question.
How do you do that?
I don't know how you do it.
Due diligence, my friend. The answer is due diligence. Make sure if you get a mentor or a coach or a consultant or whatever you want to call them, because they come in all forms and names. Mentors to me are free. Your grandpa, he's a mentor. He comes out, tells you, hey, son, don't do this, don't do that. He ain't charging you shit. He's coaching you. He wants to see you do well. He's mentoring you through, situations, etc. That's free. When you start writing checks, that's when you get a coach or you hire a consultant. Like me, if someone wants me to mentor them, you better be someone that I like a lot, or you're a family or something. Otherwise, no, I got shit I'm doing. I don't have time to mentor people. Now, I do have time to consult people. $5,000 an hour. How about you, Charlie? How many people would you consult for $5,000 an hour?
Quite frankly,
Or
I would only having
have
done one-on-one consulting. That is not scalable. And as a coach or a mentor, I need to make sure if I'm coaching or mentoring somebody that I'm convinced that they're ready to be coached or mentored, and again are going to
How do they convince you?
Implement. Well, again, one of the things I do is I ask a series of questions before I even agree to coach them.
Damn, dude. You mean someone has to apply?
Someone has to apply.
Dude, you can't just hire fucking Charlie Chena. And by the way, he's tricky because if you go to Instagram, he tries to throw you off the trail. It's Chena Charlie on there. And Chena, which not many people know how to spell,
C-I-N-A.
is C-I-N-A. So at C-I-N-A Charlie will find you the real Charlie Chena.
Because if you put an H on it, you'll be in China.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
If you put an H on Chena, you'll be in China.
That is correct. But yeah, mentor, coach, whatever word you want to put to it at the end.
Are you paying or not? Are you mentoring people for money?
I've had mentors that I've paid.
Are you mentoring for money?
Yes. I think there's many people out there.
To me, that's not a mentor. That is a consultant or a coach, or you hired somebody. It's not a mentor. Mentor to me is free. Your grandpa's a mentor. True. Your uncle is a mentor. Okay.
Let
me give you some advice, son. That's a mentor. I ain't charging you, and I ain't fucking.
I don't know if I agree with that, man.
And I ain't holding you accountable.
I've had mentors that I've paid. One of my mentors that I talk about in the book.
You just call them a mentors, and the fact that you paid them doesn't change what they did. As soon as you paid them, it was a consulting or a coaching. It turned.
If I paid them, then they coached me or they consulted me.
Let's hear what Siri. Listen.
Anybody that's made a difference in my life has been a mentor.
Mentor.
As a noun, it means an experienced and trusted advisor. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
Yes.
As a verb, it means advise or train someone, especially a younger colleague.
Yeah, so that's what I said. I don't necessarily agree that a mentor shouldn't be paid.
Siri, define consultant.
A person who provides expert advice professionally. Do you want to hear the remaining
Doesn't that
one?
sound closer?
Yeah, I think we're splitting hairs, man.
No, suckerfish. No, suckerfish.
Oh, come on,
because
man.
there's too many people out there talking about find a mentor. Well, people ask me, can I mentor you? I'm thinking, fuck, I don't want to put my arm around your son, talk by the pond for hours. Like, fuck. Like you got $10,000 an hour or $5,000 an hour or shit that I can be talking to you about? Because yes, I like to help people. And I got some free time now and again, but I don't want to sit there and mentor 1,000 people unless I'm getting paid a bunch of money. So that's why I put some stupid number on it, like $10,000 an hour. As soon as my calendar was filled up with $10,000 an hour, I'd raise it to $100,000 an hour to free up my time. And then if everyone kept paying $100,000 an hour, I'd raise it to $150,000 an hour to free up my time. And eventually, if people just kept paying for my time, I'd be book solid, no problem, because I'm just fucking raking in the dough. And I'd only do it for a period period of time. And then after 3 to 5 years, when I had $150 billion sitting underneath me, I'd stop telling people anything. And I'd say, check out my virtual training system where I've virtualized everything I would have told you in person. Get through that, take you about 2 or 3 years. Then I'll meet you in person, and then I'll filter it that way. Why? Because, dude, I can virtually get you up to speed where when I talk to you, I only want to talk about intelligent shit. I don't want to have to train you. I don't want to have to repeat the same thing I said 1,000 times to 100 mentees before you. Okay?
No, I agree with you.
I can't tell you how many trainers out there in the world are they tell me their value time. All their curriculum says we should appreciate our time. It all basically says we should really, really understand how valuable time is. But yet they go around and say the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. If they value time so much, why would they repeat themselves so often? Why wouldn't they just record themselves doing it one time perfectly and then allow that thing to precede their appearance and or remain behind after their appearance so they don't have to say the same shit they've already said 1,000 fucking times?
You're
like,
correct.
Do you appreciate time or don't you, son?
That's why I got my own system.
That's right. No, you got your own system because I closed your ass.
Oh, whatever, bro.
Dude, I closed your ass.
Yeah, you closed me.
Hey, but anyway, old Charlie Chena back in the day, you in high school, you didn't look the same. I saw pictures of you when you were younger. You had a beard, and it was like you almost a different looking dude.
I had the stash, never a beard. Oh, beard? That was maybe in my early 20s.
You were just a different looking dude. Let's talk about that time where the Gatorade story.
Dude. No, I'm not talking about the Gatorade story. See, there he goes, Brood. Come on.
No Gatorade?
Can't we keep it real?
Sure we can.
Huh?
It is real.
Listen,
that's real.
Let me just say this.
Hey, that's real.
Listen, let me just say this.
See, that's how you blow up, Charlie.
That
you get real.
I get real.
Yeah, get real. Get real. But maybe not. That might be how you implode as well. So sometimes there's a fine line between explosion and implosion.
My 2 key mentees, which are my 2 kids, do not need to know about the Gatorade story, bro.
Well, if they're going to be listening to this, allow me to keep it very professional.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dropping Bombs. Today on the studio, I've got an incredible individual. His name is Charlie Chena. Wonderful father.
This is the
2
part
great,
where he's
fantastic
busting
kids.
my chops.
For the past 30 years, Charlie's worked in a high-level sales environment, building
Come on,
sales
bro. Let's
teams.
get down to brass tacks.
Dude, I want to know one thing.
What?
If I'm listening to this show and everybody says, "Hey, man, Charlie Chena, expose and close," what does that mean? Oh, well, obviously it's some sort of sales training, some sort of training that can
here's
help
the deal.
help me find opportunities and take advantage of them.
Let me rock and roll.
But what does that mean? Like, give me some tactical steps I can take right now to double my income in 2020.
Here's the deal. You want to know a multi-million-dollar word, the most important word in life and in sales.
Yes, I would.
It's hello. That's it.
Hello.
It's hello. People don't know how to say hello. People will say goodbye quicker and more comfortably than they say hello. Hello is the magic word. Hello, my name is. It sounds simplistic, but it's not because people don't do it. You walk into a store. Can I help you? What are my 2 responses to that question?
Yes, no, get the fuck out of here.
Yes or no? Stupid question, right? How about hi, my name is, what's your name? Once somebody knows your name, the barriers drop down. Now you're not strangers anymore. That's
strangers
in the night. That's number 1. Number 2, once you know somebody's name, now you can start a conversation that could potentially convert. People don't teach the basics.
That was number 2?
Yeah, that was number 2. Yeah.
Do you prefer number 2?
It depends on my mood. How about yourself?
I'm waiting to hear all the options.
Dude, I want to
So number 2,
I have blue eyes, you have brown eyes.
Dude,
that's all I'm saying.
You just said number 2. I'm listening.
So number 2.
Said it again.
Dude, there you go.
I'm listening.
It's called a pattern interruption, everybody. That's something that you don't want to do when you're having a conversation that converts, is throw out something that's going to be a pattern interruption, which, by the way, Mr. Bradley of Dropping Bombs is a master at. That's the basics. Hello, Hi, my name is, what's your name? Now, what's your power pitch? Well, the big question in business.
The power pitch.
The power presentation.
Now, again, the power pitch.
The power presentation.
That's a Charlie Chena original, is it not?
No, the power pitch has been around forever.
Who said the power pitch? I've never heard power pitch my entire life. Pitch.
You've never heard the elevator pitch or the power pitch.
No, but you might as well call it anything. Like, that's when you enter into the fucking slickery dick.
Right.
Now, the slickery dick stage is when we go in there and we basically lube up the deal by stating words
it's not about,
and pre-frames and blah, blah, blah.
It's not about being
you just make up your own word for it. You don't have your own word for it. What's a power pitch?
A power presentation, a power pitch, an elevator pitch is when somebody says to you.
An elevator I've heard of, but who made that up?
I don't know. Somebody that was going up or down.
You could own that.
Somebody
that Are you teaching elevator pitches?
Yeah.
You just said power pitch. Now you're confusing me. I want my money back, dude.
Power pitch. I'm telling you what it's called out there.
Dude,
where
first
people
of all,
you're
telling me to take a number 2, go number 2, and then get into my power pitch, which is really just a elevator pitch.
It's not just an elevator pitch.
I'm just making people laugh. Your kid, Carmen, right now is laughing at you. Not at you, with you.
With me.
But the question is seriously, all kidding aside, you go in there, you give them your name, you find out theirs, and then you enter the power pitch. What's the power pitch? Break it down.
Well, in business, you're at a networking event. Everyone says,
let's say I'm an MLM guy and I'm selling peanut butter ice cream that makes you skinny.
Right. Well, what most people would say, though, is you just gave part of a power presentation. Most people would say, I work for an MLM company, or I sell vitamins, or I'm in the nutraceutical business. And they're not. That's not what they do. What they do is what part of what you just said, right? You help people, you empower people to lose weight, right?
So do you help people find their power pitch?
Yes, absolutely.
So if I'm listening to this and I'm like, dude, I like this motherfucker, I want him to help me, I'd call you and say, Charlie, I want you to help me define my power pitch.
That is correct, because that's the first point of contact. That's the first point of contact, and if you're congruent from the first point of contact and then getting people involved in the sales process, you're going to close 80% of the deal if they're a prospect in that first 60 seconds because people are going to know exactly what you do. So I'll give you an example. You know that we have people that are network marketing professionals. We have a lot of network marketing companies on the Lightspeed platform. I went to one event. They sell hair care products. I'm walking around the event. I don't wear my lanyard. Get in the elevator. What do you do? Well, we sell custom shampoo. What's custom shampoo? Or we sell designer shampoo. Or I'm in the direct sales business. It doesn't really tell me what they do. I buy my own shampoo. My wife buys her own.
What should they have said?
They should have said, I empower. They should have said, I empower. What do you do? Well, I empower women, 18 to 80 to overcome bad hair days forever through my, 3-step process. For example, well, how do you do that? Well, we help people, analyze and assess.
So just better describe themselves is what you're saying.
Yeah. And again, when you say that to somebody, you're going to catch them off guard, but subconsciously you're helping them connect the dots on what problem you can help them solve. Chiropractors.
Because when people introduce themselves, they're really wondering, who are you and what can you do for me?
Right. Like if I go out and I'm representing, first of all, when I go out and prospect and I meet somebody and I say, what do you do? If somebody tells me they're a speaker, trainer, or coach, what product do you think I'm going to pitch?
After you roll your eyes?
After I roll my eyes.
VT platform.
Right. But I'm not going to say I sell an online training platform. The that's not going to help them connect the dots. So what I would say if they're a speaker, trainer, or subject matter expert is I empower speakers and trainers just like you, Brad, to monetize your content online and offline, guaranteed in 3 easy steps. Now they'll say, well, how do you do that?
Yeah, number 1, virtualize the shit that's in your head. Number 2, put it in a platform. Number 3, market it to businesses and individuals.
Right. Brad, if that sounds good to you, I'd love to take
that does sound good, Charles.
I'd like to take 5 minutes to hop on a demo. Now I've got you involved in the sales process.
Hey, let me ask you a question. When you were young, dude, were you cool? Were you like at a fucking pool hall all the time and like got all the ladies and you had the nice car and all your friends fucking would always fucking refer to you as Charlie?
Yes, I had the nice car. I had the nice clothes. It wasn't really, though, until I went to college that things started moving and grooving. And then,
What does that mean? You didn't get laid till college?
no.
What does that mean, though?
Well, what it means is I didn't start moving and grooving until I got in college.
What's moving and grooving?
Moving and grooving. You know, being an 18-year-old kid that was young and full of testosterone and wanted to have a good time.
You're talking about humping?
Talking about humping.
Well, dude, listen.
Dude, why he's always got to take it there?
I didn't take it there. You did. I said, "What's moving and grooving,
bro? Whatever.
You said moving and grooving. I'm trying to be a good host and dig deep. I didn't know what moving and grooving meant. You said you didn't even move and groove until you were 18. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? I didn't even ask that question.
I was a slow learner.
All right, here's what I want to know, bro. Like back in the day, like were you at the pool halls and you were like a freaking stud?
man,
and you were like popular, or were you like introverted?
No, I was never introverted.
Were you the
Never
cool
introverted.
kid?
Yeah, I was a cool kid.
Did you have a nice car at 16
I
when
had a
other
nice-
friends of yours had no car?
Yes.
Did you make them pitch in for gas?
No.
That's a cool buddy.
No.
Did you go pick them up when they needed to be?
Yeah, absolutely. But I had good friends. You grew up in
So you
Buffalo.
weren't an alpha male.
Whatever. I don't know what that means. What the fuck does that mean?
Dude, that's just funny shit.
Huh?
Hey, here's what I really want to know. Back in those days, like you were cool, and you know, when did you say, "I know I got the gift of gab"? Because I think when I think when you get down to the facts, sometimes the best salespeople are the sharpest witted. Don't you think?
No question.
Yeah. So it's like
You
when
have
I
to
meet-
have a sense of humor.
Yeah,
bro.
and you got to be sharp-witted. Okay, and that's what's funny is you can think fast.
Sharp-witted,
And-
not nit-witted.
Well, you can think fast is the bottom line. Because again, like you don't have to be intelligent to think fast. Okay, look at Jeff Salentano.
Jeff's a good dude, bro. Where are you, Jeff?
Dude, of course he is. He's
love
out
Jeff.
there. He's out there running the show.
Jeff's an ace.
Dude, Jeff's like my Baba Booey.
Jeff's
If I'm Howard Stern, he's my Gary Balabate or whatever that guy's name was. He's my Delabate.
Dude, we have a lot of talented people here.
Yeah, we do, dude. We got a good crew forming here, and we're about to
Lot of
go.
talented
We're about to go huge, but that's neither here
Nor there.
nor there. I want to get the audience familiar with Charlie Chena and how he came up, because you weren't always squeaky clean. You weren't always Mr. Slick Rick.
No.
You had to learn a lot of shit the hard way too, didn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I grew up. My dad was in the clothing business. My mom modeled.
Oh, that explains the fucking haberdasherer.
Oh, yeah. My dad had
See,
my
if you guys watching the video portion, you can see that Charles very dapper. You know, old Charles Chena's one of the most dapper individuals. Like when he walks into a room, everybody's like, "Hey, who is that sly old fox?"
Well, I had to tone it down because
You look almost like a governor or a mayor or some sort of personality.
Well,
like
thank you.
like when you look at Charlie, you automatically think, "Who's that?" Just from a visual, like, "Who's that?" Like he's like a mayor. He's like very presidential looking.
well, I try to help some of these youngsters that come in their t-shirts and stuff that do demos, and they don't get it. You have to dress to your audience. So I'm not suggesting if you're a laborer working construction that you should,
You have
wear a
to.
French cuff shirt.
You don't have to.
Listen,
Hey.
you don't have to.
Hey, you're on dropping bombs. I can't necessarily let you get away with murder.
Listen, I didn't say. Did I say you have to?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I believe if you're
you don't have to.
in your business,
Okay, you don't have to.
Listen.
You should.
if you're mentoring under
I'll
me,
let you say
no,
you should,
dude.
but
Listen,
you
if you're
cannot say they have to.
if you're gonna
Nobody's
mentor,
ever been successful by dressing T-shirts. Bullshit.
you didn't listen to what
Yeah, you
you're
said
not
you
letting me
have
fish.
to dress to your
If-
audience.
if
You don't
you're-
have to.
If you're looking to increase your closing percentage at a faster rate and get attention and build rapport, you are better off dressing to your audience or being the best dressed person in the room than not,
Agreed.
right? So whether I'm 50,
No. Agreed.
is that a bomb?
Well, the way you stated it, yes,
Oh,
but
I
when you
get it,
say
I
you
get it.
have to, see, I'm literally
Literally.
right.
I
I'm
get it.
literally.
I get it. Hang on. I get it. Dressing makes a difference.
I agree.
Dressing.
That's why,
forms-
by the way, my style and your style is very similar. Maybe because we're both similar aged, but at the end of the day,
I think you're older than me, aren't you?
I'm 50. How old are you?
I'm 53.
Oh.
Why do you look
I'm a
older,
little-
though?
I look older because I don't take care of myself. I don't have all those connections.
Dude, I just wish I had that smile that you have.
Well, go see Dr. Joe Willardson.
Dude, you should have been an actor.
Just tell him you want the Brad.
You should have been an actor.
I am an actor. And right now I'm acting like this is funny. No, but realistically, dude, the way you dress, I agree, is definitely an advantage. And again, I'm laid back. People laugh, but the truth is, yeah, you should dress the best you can. Period. And yes, you should dress for your audience. Period. But you don't have to. So again, I mean, if there's someone out there that's going to ruin their whole freaking career because they think they have to dress the part, no, they don't. They can express themselves and still win. It's just harder.
Right.
Okay,
so do we want to take time out of the learning curve and take quantum leaps, or do we want to progress by inches? That's what I would advise, but I also want to give people real information, which is you don't have to, but you fucking should. How about that? Okay. Can we say that, Charlie? Well, then let's to your point at the beginning of the conversation.
Agree to disagree.
Narrow it down. No, I don't want to say agree to disagree. Let's narrow it down. If you're in sales and you're moving a product or service, right? When I come in here, would you rather have somebody dressed like me or somebody in a t-shirt?
Depends on the environment.
No, depends.
Depends on the environment.
Well, if whoever hasn't been at the Lightspeed office, the office is first class.
Depends on the environment.
You get off the elevator, it's first class. Those people that have been here, it's a first class operation.
Well, thank you. But it is also a very, very, very laid back culture. Why? Because, well, I'm kind of laid back.
Yeah, but listen, when you suit up,
dude, when I go out on a stage and speak, what do I wear? I wear a freaking jacket, some jeans, nice shoes.
No question.
Watch, cufflinks, pocket square, high custom white collared shirt. Why? Because, dude, I like to look pimp, Mac Daddy. But that's because that's my style. If I felt better or I had some badass physique or a fucking black V-neck sweater looked better than that, I'd stop wearing that because I go out there wanting to impress myself. Like, I want to look in the mirror and be like, damn, I look fucking good. Why? Because now when I walk out there, I'm just a little more confident and sure and certain because I think I look the best I can. Now, I also factor in, where am I? If I'm at a banker's convention and everybody, all the guests are in suits and ties and I'm the only one not in one, well, then I think I better be one famous person to do that. Like Gary Vee, for example, they pay him like $100,000 to come into these events, dude. He walks in and freaking
I've been at events with
Gary.
He showed up.
He don't give a shit. His hair is messy. He's wearing a beanie cap. Because guess what?
He walked in with a beanie cap.
No, because people want to know what he has to say. Period. So he's positioned himself to be an expert by saying, I know what's going on, and he's proven himself a bunch of times. But if you're in that position, you can roll in whatever you want. But when you're asking someone for their business position, well, now you might want to walk in there looking and feeling your best based on the audience. So now the next answer would be, I'd factor where I'm at.
Right,
so I might go in there with a V-neck black sweater, and then I might go in there with a 3-piece suit all the way buttoned up. I'm talking about tip to tail.
But here's the confusion. Some people will say, oh, they do it at Google. 98% of the businesses out there aren't Google.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I've never heard anyone say they do it at Google. 95% of the people out there aren't Gary. I haven't even been to Google.
Aren't Gary Vee. So I think that is the wrong message. Gary Vee has reached a celebrity status. That's his brand.
Well, what message do you want to give your kids? Because I'll tell you what, his kids, folks, one of the best raised kids ever you want to meet. So what advice in this case would you be giving Carmen?
I always tell my kids, if you see my kids, go to school, my kids are dressed every day.
Yeah,
and when I say dressed, obviously they're wearing sneakers, they're wearing jeans, but my kids.
But you teach them.
Yeah, they're
pay attention to what you're wearing.
No question, they're groomed. They'll they walk in here, they'll shake everybody's hand. They'll introduce themselves, and that's the disconnect. Like, common courtesy is not dead, right? Dressing up is not dead. Do you have to? No. Should you? Well, if you're mentoring under me or, as a parent, absolutely, positively, you will close more deals, you will build more relationships, and you will have a better quality of friends and friendships based upon how you say hello, how you look, and the respect that you give to that other person as you're having those conversations of first introduction.
Yeah, and when you're selling something, I believe again it's true. But like if I knew a billionaire in a ball cap over a fucking millionaire in a fucking 3-piece suit, I'd pick the ball cap.
No question. But if from where I'm positioned, trying to help people, like my book is a very simple read, right? 1, 2, 3, 4-page chapters. That was by design because people will say, I need to take a sales course. Awesome. But you don't have the basics of human sales courtesies that are necessary. So what I'm trying to do is teach people the basics. You want to increase your closing percentage? Learn how to shake a hand, say hello, and ask somebody their name. You want to increase your closing percentage? Have your power presentation down. When people say, what do? You don't say, I'm a secretary. You're a secretary for a company. Like Alex at the front desk should never say, well, I work at a company called Lightspeed. Alex should
What should she say?
She should be, what do? Well, I empower speakers and trainers to monetize their content online, worldwide, guaranteed.
Oh, really? Do you have a card?
Boom. Jeff, what does he do? Jeff shouldn't say he's a video editor. What does he do? He empowers speakers, trainers, and subject matter experts to monetize their content online because that's what we do collectively as an entity at Lightspeed.
Who made up those words? You?
Yeah.
Empowers.
Those are my
speakers,
words.
actors, and authors. What is it?
I empower speakers, trainers, and subject matter experts to monetize their content online, worldwide, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. In 3 easy steps.
3 easy steps.
What is it? What are they?
I teach them how to present, position, and profit. So I'll teach
Hey,
you
by the way, if anybody's thinking about a Lightspeed VT platform during this episode, because again, if you have information or knowledge or a song to sing that you think the whole world can benefit from, Lightspeed's the technology to deliver, track, measure, monitor, and monetize that information. And we're the ones that helped everyone do it. So you call old Charlie Chena here at Lightspeed. I'll give you a free plug, Charlie. Don't call me, folks.
Love that. He's not taking a deal on me.
No, don't call me, folks. I'm
Dude,
tired of
he's
taking
the
these
CEO.
calls.
He doesn't have time for
I want you to call Charlie Chena at Lightspeed VT. And matter of fact, you can just email him, Chena at Lightspeed VT, and tell him, hey, Charlie, hook me up on one of them platforms. Or you can hire him to speak, right? You can freaking get involved with Charlie, even outside of Lightspeed, because Charlie's got businesses from here to motherfucking Key West.
Let me give you one more example.
Does your wife know about the Key West, Florida business or no?
She does not know about
You haven't
the
told?
Key West
You have not
business.
told Tennille?
No, you want to keep Tennille out of that.
Tennille, I know you're going to be listening.
25 years with my girl, man.
What's that?
25 years with my girl.
25 years. Now,
20
see,
married,
nowadays,
together,
dude,
25.
listen, nowadays that is like an accomplishment.
That is an accomplishment.
Like, dude, remember back in the old days where that was expected. You just, when you were married, you married for the whole life. Now it's like you got married and you're together 20 years. That's like, holy shit,
Married.
dude. You're 25.
25 together.
25 years together.
Yeah, and I still love her. I actually love her more.
You do?
I do. I love her more, yeah.
Each and every day?
I do.
Well, that's because she raised good kids. She's a good girl, all that.
She's my best friend, man.
Oh, hey, you know she's going to be listening now.
No, it's true.
I know, but Charlie really,
You know it's true.
Charlie really wants her to hear it now.
That's
What's up, Tennille? I know you're listening, girl. Charlie's going to make sure of it.
I do have a good girl.
Yee. Hey, so let me ask you a question. Chena Charlie. By the way, it's at Chena Charlie if you're on Instagram. Was Charlie Chena taken?
I think so.
Dude, like,
I know it's terrible.
why didn't you go with the real Charlie Chena?
I'm going to change it.
I would.
I'm going to change it to the real Charlie Chena.
I would. There could be a fake Charlie Chena out there. Everyone kept saying, what is there, a fake Bradley out there? And I'm like, no, it's just, I did it because, and now there is a fake Bradley out there. You seen the account?
No, I haven't.
Dude, go look up the fake Bradley. And
What
it's
does he look like?
It's not he. He has a picture of me. It's a parody account of me. So he like posts memes and I guess makes fun of me. And it's called the fake Bradley. Go look it up and follow it. It's pretty funny because he might think he's making fun of me, but he's actually complimenting me in a lot of cases.
No such thing as bad press, right?
It's funnier than hell too, dude. The guy is hilarious. Everyone thinks it's me. Everyone texts me and says, dude, that's genius. I'm like, what? And he's like, dude, you're running your own parody account. And I'm like, that ain't me. And they're like, bullshit.
Dude, you should have him on dropping bombs.
Well,
Tell him to come front.
if he ever wants to reveal himself. But then it would take away the fun because nobody knows who the dude is. It's just an account that posts some funny shit. But anyway, so Charlie Chena, now, dude, you're a businessman. You're running around and you're teaching people how to expose and close. Your book's selling off the charts. You're speaking to all kinds of companies. You've even taken on a few consulting gigs where you've written scripts for companies, rewritten their whole sales process because of the experience you've had over the last 30 years kicking ass, taking names in sales, closing, sales management, hiring the talent, etc.
Yeah, I love it too. I mean, selling's my hobby. Like when I wake up in the morning, if you said, listen, who are you really? I'm a sales professional. I love the art of selling. I constantly study it, and I consider myself to be a disciple of sales.
How do people become a disciple of the Expose and Close Marketing Summit?
The Expose and Close Marketing Summit is going to be the 15th and 16th of February. And why I decided to
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. Why I decided to do that, I was at my kitchen table just before Christmas. And I'm, prospecting. It's the weekend, but I'm going through LinkedIn and I'm prospecting. I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to find more clients, more speaking gigs. Because I can tell you this, when you learn the art of presentation and you can speak to an audience, doesn't matter whether it's 2 people, 50, or 500, you can sell more products and services in your brand than you think. That's a huge platform, as you know, Brad. So she just looked at me and said, you've been here 34 years. Why don't you, and you know everybody in town, why don't you do your own event, invite all local business leaders? So I'm inviting doctors, lawyers, chiropractors, attorneys, mortgage brokers, people that I've known in business. And I'm going to teach people how to present, position, and profit. And then I'm going to bring in a guy that I've actually mentored under, Joel Bauer. Do you know Joel?
Sure.
Yeah, Joel's probably one of the, let me take that back. Joel, in my experience, is the best platform closer on the planet. Learned a ton from him. He's trained the top 2,000 speakers, trainers, and subject matter experts on the planet. As a matter of fact, I just came from an event of his a couple months ago, and I'm hanging out.
How does he not have a VT?
Well, that's actually how I met him. I met him because Kevin Harrington, I was out with Kevin. I said, Kevin, come on, man, you must know somebody you can refer me to that, I haven't talked to. And he goes, have you ever heard of this guy, Joel Bauer? And I said, no. He said, well, nobody knows him, but everybody uses him. I said, really? He said, yeah. So gives me his cell number. He goes, don't give it out. Don't say you got it from me, because he's, very private. Long story short, you know me, I'm texting him, I'm calling him. His assistant calls me and says, can I help you? I said, well, I empower speakers and trainers. I work with people like Les Brown and Tony Robbins, and I drop all these names. She said, well, let me see if Joel has any interest, and I'll have him call you back. I said, and this isn't a sales pitch, full transparency. I'm watching his content. I want to come to his 10-day.
You want to hire him?
Yeah, I want to come to his 10-day masterclass. So I was prepared to spend $15,000 with him. And she said, well, let me tell him and I'll have him call you back. Doesn't call me back. Text him again, doesn't call me back. Like 3 weeks later, I'm at a demo here in the office. I see it's his number. I pick it up. It's his assistant. She said, Joel can talk to you now. I said, well, I'm on a demo. Give me 10 minutes and I'll call you back. Call back in 10 minutes. She goes, Joel's back underground. He can't talk to you. I said, he's got 15,000 reasons to talk to me. I said, but if he doesn't want to call me back, I guess he doesn't, need my business. Guy never called me back. So now, 2 months goes by. She calls me back. She said, Joel, would like to invite you to a 2-day event to be his guest. Long story short, I went to this 2-day event, a lot of different speakers and trainers. So I kind of went with a little burn on my ass, so to speak, right? Because the guy ignored me, but I knew there was going to be a lot of other speakers there. And the guy blew me away. Like, the guy is the best platform.
Better than Marshall Silver.
I think Marshall's good, but yeah, I think Joel's much more authentic. And I love Marshall, and I know Marshall. So Marshall, don't be upset with me. Marshall's an ace. I've watched Marshall close 90% of the room. But I'm going to say Joel is, and maybe it's because I've experienced now Joel's training events. I've gone to his master class.
Is it because sometimes, Joel, you got to say, what the fuck? Joel.
Well, I can tell
What
you.
movie's that from?
I don't know.
Risky Business.
Oh, dude, you're going back.
Joel.
You're going back.
Sometimes.
But anyway, I was just at one of his events with Dan Locke.
Dan Locke, boy, you better pick up all them names you dropped.
Hanging out with Dan.
Dude, you got Dan
to know Dan,
Locke.
Alex Mendozian.
Was Robert Kiyosaki stopped by and fucking...
No, not Robert.
Oh,
but,
geez, Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins popped in and ate some snacks in the back of the VIP area where you were.
Bro, I've learned how to drop bombs and drop names. I listen to your podcast.
Dude, where was this event?
It was in L.A.
Why was everybody there? Joel Bauer, if no one knows him, how did he get all those people there?
Because he's a very private guy.
But how did he get all the people there?
He does private events. He's got his own little following. He's done the big stages in the past.
I had a call with him. He's a smart dude. He knows his shit.
He said he had a call with you with Dale Penn, I think.
I forget, but yeah, someone introduced me and we had a long talk, and he's a smart dude, knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
big
but
time.
he's an ace. So at that event, I said to him, Joel, I'd like to do a 2-day event. I said, and I want to do a networking event in Vegas, bring all these local business people in, and then every quarter, what my goal is, Brad, is to do this event here locally, create my own networking group, and then with all the contacts and people that we know, bring in a different speaker or subject matter expert. So, I talked to Mike Staver the other day, who's in leadership. He's considering coming in next quarter and doing it with me. So it's my first one, but I can tell you that
Expose and Close Marketing Summit on February 15th.
it's going to
South
be
Point Hotel.
Yeah, and I'm doing it old school, man. I'm only calling people and inviting people that I know. Or
how much is it?
It's $497.
Where do they go to get their tickets?
exposeandclosesummit.com.
See, there you go, folks. If you guys want to go, you're in Vegas during the old right after Valentine's Day. Maybe Valentine's Day didn't go so well, so you're out here in Vegas with your buddies, and you want to learn how to freaking kick-ass take names. And then I would imagine network with a bunch of like-minded individuals.
Well, that's the key. Like, I'm not doing Facebook ads. I'm literally old schooling it. I want people that are oscillating at a high frequency, where they can collaborate, do some business, network, where we really bring...
Rub elbows.
Yeah.
Exchange ideas.
Yeah, because here's
lock
the deal,
arms.
Dude. Social media, bro, isn't social. Call me old school, but I think I'm so out, I'm in. People don't know how to say hello. People don't know how to shake a hand. People are socially inept, a lot of people in business, and I want to bring people together that really are like-minded, have goals.
Front to back or back to back?
Listen, front to back, end to end, as long as people are oscillating at the same frequency. But here's what I can tell you. The event is going to be no nonsense. It's not a multi-speaker event. It's going to be 2 days of hardcore transformation. That's my goal.
Oh, dude. That sounds like a good time. And South Point.
Local place.
At local place. You're just keeping it real.
I am keeping it real.
In case anybody wants a 99-cent beer.
Dude, listen, when your buddy owns the hotel, why shouldn't
Dude, if your buddy owns the hotel, dude, let's have all our events there.
Huh?
If your buddy owns the hotel, let's have all our events there.
Listen.
I got some Lightspeed events we can throw.
I know a lot of people that throw big events at big hotels, and, people don't appreciate getting suckered and hosed.
Hey, and you ain't lying either, dude. You ain't lying either.
So,
matter of fact, Steve Sims?
I've heard the name. Steve Sims. Yeah, I know Steve.
Blue Fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking for a unique venue here for a speakeasy. I was just telling him he's going to find one whether we help him or not. I said, I don't know. Let me talk to old Charlie Chena. He's like the local town mayor, knows everybody, knows everything.
Well, Anthony Delmedico, who's our client, who's having his you're speaking at his event in Phoenix. I spoke at his event the last 2 years, but his first event he had in Miami. He paid all the money. He's having them at all these high-end hotels, and I turned him on to the South Point, man, and he had a great turnout. People loved it. They were able to come in, afford the rooms, afford to eat. Everything's under one roof, and it's really a great venue. And again, my event here, I really did for locals. So for locals, it's just easy in, easy out. They don't have to pay for parking, and they don't have to walk through the MGM and make it a convoluted
nightmare.
So.
Yep, and if they're all like I think they'll be chanting my name when the stage opens.
That is correct.
They will be saying Bradley, Bradley, Brad. I guarantee the Bomb Squad would, but unfortunately I won't be speaking there. Maybe I will.
But you will be there, right?
Maybe I'll come by and see. But no matter what, at the end of the evenings each night, there is a place there. If it happens to be, I think on the weekends, there's a Dirty at 12:30.
Dirty at 12:30. Have you ever eaten at Michael's at the South Point?
Oh yeah, that's old school.
That's old school. That's first class.
That's first class, old school. Like Sinatra and shit used to eat there. But at the end of the day, the Dirty at 12:30. That there's a bar there that turns into a comedy club. One of the best comedy clubs in the United States is a pop up at the South Point. Believe it or not.
Really?
It's called the Dirty at 12:30. I think it's on Friday nights at 12:30. And it's called the Dirty at 12:30, and you sit there and wait and see who shows up, because there'll be comedians, and sometimes it's all the famous ones that are in town that want to stop by and get a set off. Dude, the Dirty at 12:30. If I were you, I'd figure out who owns that deal, go in there and old Charlie Chena them, and then like see if you can't slide a couple tickets into there, because that's a frickin' funny place. And you tell, I forget his name now, the owner, the guy that owns that, one of these days he might see me up on his stage.
Right on.
When I'm doing
That's right, you did some stand-up.
When I'm doing my stand-up.
You are very funny. This is actually your niche. You found your sweet spot.
What is?
This whole deal, the whole podcast, because you are a funny guy.
Oh, well, thank you.
Acquired taste, but definitely a funny guy.
Hey, acquired taste for sure. Well, see, let's talk a little bit about that, Charlie.
Brad.
Because, dude, what's funny is if people could just understand one thing, I think their lives would improve. Here's what they need to understand. You're never going to make everyone happy.
No.
So if you know you're never going to make everyone happy, the only person you should make happy is yourself, really, because that's the only person you can control, and you can make sure and you can ensure. So when you sort of like, well, I can't make everyone happy, right? So the only person left to make 100% happy 100% of the time is yourself. So if you do that with ethics and integrity, and you start to figure out who you are and what you believe and what you stand for, and you really get in the position that you don't care what other people think, and you have thick skin, like someone can make fun of you, like Jeff Celentano. I fuck with him here and there with his fucking choice of jeans, because he still likes the baggy kind. But that's just me poking fun at buddies, because like I wouldn't fuck with people I don't like I just don't talk to those people much. But at the end of the day, dude, like I'm poking fun at his jeans, dude. He takes it because he I don't know if it's because I'm the boss or if it's because he's cool. But if you were to fuck with me, I take it because I'm cool. Like people come in and talk about the old fucking, shit, my nipples are here when they're supposed to be here. Like, dude, I'm 50. But at the end of the day, guess what?
Because people can't afford high-end furniture. They don't know where to go get a Chester drawer. That's what I tell people. I used to have a chest. Now I got a Chester drawer, bro. What's the problem? Hey, listen. Everybody gets a turn.
Yeah.
That's one thing my dad taught me. Son, everybody gets a turn.
That's where Charlie finds respite in everybody else's failure. Because like if Charlie's getting pain and everyone's laughing at him like, Charlie, look at Charlie. You're like, the only thing that gives you solace is everyone gets a turn.
That's right, bro. Listen, we're just passing through.
Dude, like all I know is when I bust people's balls, it's because when I grew up, I got my balls busted, and we busted balls, and it was fun. Like it was funny.
Dude, growing up back east, Italian family, if you didn't have thick skin, you're done. Like
I hear it referred to as thick skin, but I call it like fucking confident. Because at the end of the day, you can make fun of me because I don't care. Like I could pull my fucking schlong out in a fucking in a group of fucking people that would have abnormally large schlongs, and even though mine may not be the longest, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in that situation. Why? Well, because it's what God gave me, and I can work it.
Right.
Okay. So at the end of the day, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do if some dude has a big old arm dick? envy them. No, dude. I don't care what someone else has. It's what who am I?
That's right. You play the hand you're dealt.
Right. So most people, they won't even go into a fucking steam room because they're worried about everybody seeing that they actually only have a little thumb hanging. Like they couldn't even helicopter if they wanted to. Their shit doesn't swing. It fucking jiggles when they walk. See what I'm saying? There's people out there with little stubbies. Now, why did I go to stubbies?
I don't know. Why did you go to stubbies?
Well, because you wanted to be. Because, dude, this is what's real, bro. Because I think
stubby's real.
I think it's funny.
How do you go from increasing your closing percentage to a stubby?
Here's what I think's funny, though.
Listen, if you have a stubby, that probably isn't going to increase your closing
percentage.
percentage.
Do you realize right now, Charlie, there's people going, well, I've never, and, unsubscribe. And then there's people dying laughing, sharing it with their buddies who are going to be dying laughing. And at the same time, who's winning? The fucker's dying laughing because what we're saying is still valuable as hell. We're just not throwing it in some fucking stuffy-ass suit and acting like it's all sage advice. It's like, dude, let me tell you something. People say hard work's necessary. Do you agree? I don't. Okay, so guess what?
You don't agree that hard work's necessary?
Fuck no, dude. What are you talking about? Just like I don't agree you have to fucking wear a suit to be successful. In fact, I'd argue the opposite nowadays. Nowadays, when I see people in a T-shirt and jeans and a fucking kick-ass watch, I already think, who the fuck are they that they don't have to wear a suit? I see the people in the suit, they're usually working for that dude in the T-shirt.
You're saying that because that's the environment in which you live. 95%.
No, it's because,
dude, 95% of the people on the planet do not know what that watch is.
What watch?
That watch
I'm
you
not
have
talking
right there.
about me. I'm talking about if I were a billionaire in a ball cap, okay, and I had $1 billion, I would be in a ball cap if that's what I was comfortable in, and I'd never wear another suit again.
Right,
Why?
Because you're on the other side.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Money.
So my point is if you want to get to where you can wear what you want, sometimes you have to freaking sacrifice, wear what you don't want. But I would never advise somebody to wear something that they're uncomfortable wearing and try to fit in a fucking peg just to succeed. I would say rather be yourself, be authentic, and know that you are unique and you can find success as you. And that's a fact. And by the way,
that's a bomb.
I'm in control. I'll drop a bomb on that shit. Because it's the truth, and nobody wants to say it. Everybody wants to say shit like, there's this way and there's this way. And, dude, there's a million ways to get rich. You don't have to work hard. I know people that got rich, they didn't work hard. Their fucking dad gave them something, and then fucking their uncle did a deal, and then they fucking had some inside scoop with this government thing, and they all told.
Yeah, but that's reasoning by exception.
I know, but I'm just saying there's many, 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 many ways to be successful. The rules, the clues have been left before by successful people. Like, for example, do you get up early or late?
Early.
So do I. So does every successful person I've ever met gets up early. Now, do you think you have to get up early to be successful? The answer is no, of course not.
But it will increase my time frame of getting things done and increase, again, I'll say my closing percentage or my success rate. Yeah.
You're just backing up my point. That's my point. My point is,
but I think people
you don't have to, but you should.
Right. But
these
people
are
are
clues.
getting confused out there.
I know, but if you put enough of these clues, not when they're listening to me, bro.
No, we're not talking about you or me.
You know
I'm
why
saying
people listen to me a lot is because I make the complicated seem simple. And it is simple.
Because
it's like, get your ass up early, eat right, choose the right choices, stop hanging around dipshits, stop disbelieving yourself, stop disrespecting yourself. People disrespect themselves when they allow other people to do stupid shit. Like for example, if you're hanging around people every day, all day, like, your crew, and you're the motherfucker they keep fucking with and picking on, and everybody's like, hey, that's funny, but we all love him, he's just the goof around. It's all fun and games, right? But if somebody decided, okay, look, I'm not gonna be that fucking guy, I'm gonna be this fucking guy, that may be true. It just may not be in the circle they're in. Make sense?
No question.
Why? Well, because they're in the fucking wrong circle. So they decide, I'm not going to be the fucking joke around guy. Oh, they're going to be the fucking CEO. Okay, guess what? You go start your own business.
No question.
You hire your own like, for example, if Celentano came in here and he said, you motherfucker make fun of my jeans one more time, I'm out of here.
Celentano, I dare you.
Hey,
Come on.
Hey, and guess what? guess what he would do? He'd go start his own business. He'd hire his own people, and then he'd be the dude making fun of jeans or acting however he acts. Because to me, I used to hang out at a car dealership, dude. We used to fuck with people all day long.
All day, every day.
My job was to make sure that you were not paying attention to the lot. Why? Because I wanted to see the first customer coming in. So normally I'd start telling you stories to turn your back, and then when I see it, we called up a lot of places.
So you were a scon. You scon people.
I don't know
you
what
were
you want to call
bro.
it, dude. Because you know what? You worked at a different dealership.
Huh?
All dealerships
Well, they called
have
me
their own
Charlie
lingo.
Skates, bro. Nobody could outskate me. If there was an up, I was on it. Like, forget it.
I believe they call you Charlie
Huh?
Skates.
Forget
now,
it.
Now, skates is a term in the car business, which means basically you stole a deal.
No.
Yeah, you skated me.
Well,
That's not a good thing.
Well, skated men. If there was an up,
No. Charlie Skates.
okay, whatever you want to call it.
If you skate me
call
on a
it what
deal,
you
dude,
want.
that's not
when
good.
it was a free for all system, and and I worked at dealerships that were survival of the fittest.
But you said Charlie Skates. You meant because you're fast to get to customers?
That is correct.
Okay. Well then.
So
I'd
if
pick
somebody
a
pulled
different
up on the lot and you were over there and I was over here, you better get to him before me, bro. There's
And you weren't slowing down.
I'm not slowing down.
That's why they called you
No
Charlie
question.
Skates. Well,
My
in the
first
car business they call him a skate. You don't want to be a skate.
My first.
We used to have a dealership I worked at that if you skated people, they were allowed to fucking bring you in the back and fist fight with you.
Really?
And there was this new guy there. His name was Jamad, Jon Jamad or something like that. But anyway, big old tough dude. And there was this dude that always skated everybody. Fucking professional skate. Like everybody hated him. Like you better watch out because he will sneak your deal. So anyway, he did it to this freaking. They called him the greedy green pea.
Well, sneaking a deal. Define it. Sneaking a deal
that's
is
skating them. You skated them on the deals when you took the deal. You knew it was theirs, but you didn't care. You
no,
just
that
kept
I
helping
never
them.
did.
I know, but that's a skate in the car business.
Yeah, gotcha.
So this guy, they called him the greedy green pea, but he was tough. And this known skate that would skate people left and right skated him on a deal. This brand new guy, and he found out about it. Walked out. We were all standing out. It was a Honda West over on West Sahara or East Sahara.
I remember it.
And so we were all standing out on the front lot. This guy walks out, finds out the guy bought the car earlier the day because he just showed up. The skate was sitting there in the little, jack off session we'd all have. And here comes this fucking guy, John, and the dude that skated him was sitting right there wearing a red tie. And John walked up and he said, "Dude, did you help my customer this morning?" And he said something like, "No, it wasn't your customer. They didn't mention you." He snatched him up by the fucking tie, dragged him behind the fence, and all of a sudden, like a second later, you seen him come out and the other guy not come out. And then everybody, of course, ran back there because that's where you'd go to fist fight. You ran back there. He was all beat up on the ground, bleeding. That's what skaters got.
No.
So you weren't Charlie Skates in that fashion.
No.
Okay,
But
just
my point is, if there was an up, we had no up system. It was like a free for all. I'm on every up. In fact, I remember it was like 10 o'clock, 5 to 10. Do you remember when Jeep was also a Rolls Royce dealership here in town, and Dan Tobin had a Jeep, and then there was Rolls Royce.
Well, kind of a Rolls Royce station.
Whatever, but at the end of the day, this guy pulls up, 5 to 10. Everyone's on the front line. Guy pulls up in a piece of trash car, gets out and says, "I want to demo the Silver Seraph." Everybody went the other way. I said, "I'll help you." Came in. I said, "I'm gonna need your license. Want a credit app?"
Bang, bang, bought
Bang,
it.
bang, bang.
Paid cash.
Guy came in back with, yep.
Would you have a 10 dime max cap on that?
It
unit?
was, yep, exactly. It was a flat. So, I never prejudge.
That happened to me in
ever.
Seattle, dude. The guy came in with a backpack, flip-flops, shorts. It was my first day at the dealership. Everyone fucking laughed. I was working in an Acura store. The new Legends and everything were out. The NSX was out.
Those were the cars.
Yeah, so this kid comes on the lot carrying a backpack looking like a hippie. And in Seattle, that's, a lot of people. And usually it just means you're not, rich, obviously. So everyone bailed and, hey, new guy basically to me, take that up. I took it. Dude, that bag was filled with money. He bought a fucking car, cash, instantly. So you never want to, to me, dude, it's like if I'm working in a sales environment Every single person I meet is an opportunity.
No question.
It's an opportunity. So when you see an opportunity and you want to start debating on whether or not that's a fit enough opportunity for you, that's when you're getting fucking lazy. Because as a salesperson, dude, I'll up a 14-year-old kid looking for the fucking bathroom. Because guess what? That 14-year-old kid looking for the bathroom might fucking be there a little bit ahead of his dad or mom that's coming to buy a fucking car.
No question.
And not only that, it's called being good people. Whatever happened to being good people, Charlie? Like it's 1:10. It's an hour 10. We got to wrap this up. Give them 3 things. If someone's struggling in their business and you're like, listen, let's pretend they're Carmen. You're wanting to give them 3 good pieces of advice. You only get them 3 things. How about this? This is the best question ever.
All right.
Carmen, you're about to die. You know you're done, dude. You got one more time to talk to Carmen and your kids and give them 3 pieces of advice you've learned.
Oh, dude, this is tough.
You can
You're
only give them
putting me on the
3.
spot.
You can only give them 3, and then your lights are out. And the 3 pieces of advice that you want to give them is so that they live a happy and blessed life. Not necessarily rich, but happy and blessed. What are the 3 pieces of advice from all your travels and all your mentors and all your experiences? What would they be?
I mean, the 3 words that you're...
Not words. They can be sentences. All I'm saying is the 3 things you'd tell them. Like, here's an example. If I'm on the deathbed, my son walks in and I say, son, always be humble and kind.
If I was on my deathbed, the first thing that I would tell my son, first of all, is how proud I was of him. Because as of right now, today, both of my kids are extremely driven. They do good in school, and I'm extremely proud of them. So that would be the first thing. Which
would instill confidence, which would accidentally be extremely valuable, and most people would have never said that.
Yeah.
Good one. Hold on. I'm going to bomb that one.
Yeah, so that's number one. I don't think a lot of people in relationships, whether it's business or personal, will always tell people what we don't like. But, dude, I tell my friends, I like my close friends, every time I hang up with my buddy Chris, I tell him I love him. If I see my buddy Chris, I'll kiss him on the cheek and say hello. That's just how I was raised. So that being said, I tell people, my kids, I'm proud of them.
Chris who, by the way?
My buddy Chris Hattenbach.
Oh. Remember that one Chris dude that was back in the telemarketing days?
Huh?
Remember that one Chris dude you used to hang out with back in the telemarketing days? What was his name? Chris...
I don't know. But I tell my friends.
Yeah.
You know, I love them. My kids, the same thing. So.
Okay, so number 2.
Number 2, integrity. You have to have integrity.
Which is?
You have to do the right thing.
Is that integrity?
That's integrity. You have to do what you say you're going to do.
There's integrity in my book.
Yeah, you have to do what you say you're going to do.
Doesn't always have to be the right thing, but damn it, you said you'd do it. You'd do it.
Even when you don't want to do it. So I'll give
do
you
the right thing when no one's looking. That's integrity too, right?
No question.
Okay,
so
you're proud of them.
I think the definition of integrity, and I read this somewhere. It's,
dude, we only got like
what you do when people aren't looking.
Exactly.
That's true integrity.
So you'd tell them that you're proud of them, which would instill in confidence.
Right.
You're proud of them. You'd say, listen, always do what you say you're going to do. Always have integrity, son.
Yeah, and the last thing I would tell them is, I tell my daughter every day when I drop her off to school, make it happen. And what I mean by that is I let her know that she's put on the planet to make a difference. She has a duty to make a difference in whatever she decides to do in life, whoever she comes in contact with. And she does. I mean, she's captain of her basketball team. She's top of her class. And she's driven. She already knows what college she wants to go to. You know Nito Cobain, president of...
Oh, yeah.
Like when she was in 5th grade, Nito sent us a bunch of stuff. She decided that day that, she got on the website, looked at the school.
It's called High Point, isn't it?
High Point University, yeah. So she's very, very driven. So I'm fortunate. So, integrity, love, respect, those are key words that I think are used for me, both in business and in personal life. And if I could leave your audience with one thing, it's what my mentor told me a long time ago when I was about 24, 25 years old. His name's Jerry Epstein. Your personal goals equal your business goals, and your business goals equal your personal goals. And especially when I met my wife, I knew that if we didn't have the same personal goals and business goals, if she didn't back me up or knew what I needed to do in order to reach a level of success, or vice versa, the relationship's not going to work. So that's always stuck with me.
That's a good one, son. That's a real good one. So, folks, listen. Oh, Charlie, by the way, we didn't even dip into it, only because we've known each other for, what, 100 years?
Yeah, over 20-some, 25
100 years. So if you guys want to reach out to Charlie, man, go find him at Chena Charlie on Instagram, the Charlie Chena on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of it. Charlie Chena, Cina, and or go get his book, Expose and Close.
Better yet, why don't
on
they
exposeandclose.com. Or email him, because if you remember, I gave you his email.
Why don't they go and get the VT?
Dude, if you guys want a VT system to train people better or to create knowledge and sell and monetize it, trust me when I tell you, our system is head and shoulders above anything you can think of, and we got all the things here to do it, all the expertise, all the relationships. We have the knowledge, we have the system, and we have the relationships. You have nobody else on earth that has that, so call Charlie. He can help you with that too.
And I have Expose and Close virtual training.
That's right.
That's right.
So, folks, hit my boy Charlie up. Until next time, keep it real.